Hello and welcome everyone to today's very informal, very laid back discussion on hard hats with heart. The Keystone Contractors Association is very proud to be associated with this great program, and we're looking forward to getting it off the ground in 2021 and making it a huge success. So, what exactly is this program? What's this? What is the Hard Hats with Heart? And that's why we have Marcia Jackson with the American Heart Association with us today, and Greg Quandle from Quandle Construction with us today. So, Greg was in a position where he found out about this program and he pitched it to a bunch of construction companies and the KCA, and he brought KCA to the table to learn more from the American Heart Association. And without further ado, you have Marcia Jackson and Greg Quandle. Take it away.
Okay. Well, thank you, John. First off, thank you everybody for taking time out of your day. We'll try to be brief but very concise on our mission and goals. Construction deaths on a job site have impacted our organization and several of our peer organizations, and sudden heart attacks and other situations. More recently, we've lost two individuals at Quandle over the past 2 years to heart attacks, and those individuals who were in the immediate vicinity did not know or understand CPR, or even the simple form of a hands-only CPR. As a first responder, that is always that drove me to really dig in and say, how can we make a difference? How can we change this? As an EMT, I sat back and said, I've over 20 times I've performed CPR in my life, well over 20 times. I've only ever had one save. And that save was a direct result of CPR being started immediately, or within the first 2 minutes of somebody being down. So the goal of how can we get more people trained? And it's not the full-blown CPR, AED, the simple fact of hands only, and how can we spread the message? How can we get our employees trained, our subcontractors trained, our families trained, and our friends of family trained? And more importantly, how do we get all of our job sites 100% just hands-only CPR trained? Not just the craft workers, but anybody comes on site. How long does it take? And that's why I heard about this program called Hard Hats with Heart, and it just made an impact. And I reached out to American Heart Association, said, hey, how can we do this here in this region? And so this is our kickoff. We're trying to get this started, and we're trying to make an impact. And Marcia can, from the American Heart Association, can further elaborate on how we can get this started. So thanks, John.
Good afternoon, everyone. Nice to virtually meet everyone. I am Marcia Jackson. I'm the Executive Director with the American Heart Association here in the Capital Region. What's great about this program that we're talking about, I know that KCA is all across Pennsylvania. I know Greg's work crosses, across the state. The wonderful thing about this program is it can be done anywhere, and we can work with any of our local construction contractors, the large businesses that are across the state and across even the country, perhaps. But I did want to, John, I'm not sure if you're able to share the PowerPoint, but I'm just going to go over what the program is. Craig mentioned how important it is for people to understand hands-only CPR. Coming in as an outsider to the AHA a couple of years ago, you hear CPR and you think, oh, that's scary. I have to, do these breaths, and I have to, I don't want to hurt somebody. And, hands-only CPR is literally 3 steps. I can go over with all of you today. But it's, call 911, push fast and hard, and wait and continue to do it until CPR, or excuse me, until responders arrive. So the thing that we are trying to show and be able to, really promote with these local construction companies is getting trained in this hands-only CPR. What we're looking at, we have mannequins that, as part of your investment with this program, we can either come out to your company, we can do a virtual presentation, whatever is the easiest. But the great thing is you'll get these mannequins that you get to keep and you can train everyone on. I don't know how many of you have ever used them, but what I think is absolutely amazing is it lets you know when you're doing it correctly. So as you're pushing on a mannequin, it makes a little click if you're doing it correctly. And I actually, when I was training somebody one time, they became a competition with these women of who was able to do it correctly, and you can hear the beats or and hear the clicking as you're doing it correctly. Obviously, the American Heart Association does a lot of work locally and nationally. So support of this program is also beyond the hands-only CPR, but it is also supporting the American Heart Association and our local and national efforts. Some things that we've done recently, we've been able to respond very quickly to COVID-19 and being able to provide some resources and some things here locally, but also a lot of national research with all of that. But specifically to hard hats, what we're looking at doing here is there's three different investment levels. What we would be doing then is whatever level you decide, to participate with. We would supply you with what we call CPR Anytime kits. We would do a train the trainer. So whoever, probably your safety, people at your company, we would work one-on-one with them. We could do a whole day of where everybody comes in, or you can take them out in the job site. The nice thing is it comes in a box that's, very easily transportable. You could do them on a job site, which is wonderful and easy to be able to, be able to train everyone. And our goal really is to have 100% of employees and their families be trained in hands-only CPR. And what we're hoping to do after, the word gets out and everyone participates in this, we are going to have a celebration event. Now knowing things are opening back up in the world, we're really excited to have an in-person event. Yes, Shelley. So we have not picked a date for it yet, but we are thinking probably either late fall this year, early winter, sometime in that time frame. We're going to bring everybody together and celebrate the fact that everybody has been trained. More of a high-end cocktail type reception, a chance to network with everybody, but really celebrate those who, were able to participate with us. It's just, to us, is really exciting. And I think it allows people to feel a lot more comfort. Some of the stories that I've heard is they felt a bystander or even a family member felt helpless as they watched their loved one pass away in front of them. And their thoughts are, I wish I would have learned CPR. I wish I would have known what to do. I just felt so helpless. This helps really inspire people to feel like they can make a difference and that they can take action immediately when they have this training. I mean, it does not take very long at all. As we mentioned, it is not, compression and breaths and all of that CPR. This is very simple for people. And the American Heart Association has realized how incredibly important that those first few minutes, like Greg mentioned, are, and people that are able to respond in that way have a greater chance of surviving. So,
and Amanda, I just have to add real quick. You just triggered a memory. Actually, a memory that happened multiple times. Family members or other individuals, when I was acting as a first responder, when you get on scene, one of the first things they said to me was, "I didn't know what to do." So I just had to reflect on that.
Yes, I think that if we take anything out of this, it's that people feel confident and that they know what they're supposed to do. And I'm sure there's regret and thoughts afterwards. But we just want people to feel confident in the fact that they are able to respond quickly. Something else that I, have found interesting as I've started to work on this program a little bit more is a lot of construction sites are new developments. So sometimes addresses are not in GPSs yet. So being able to respond quickly before, the first responders can get there. Sometimes they are, trying to navigate where those developments are. I think that's important too. It's something that's very unique to the construction industry. Also, obviously, it is a lot of hard work that puts a lot of strain on your heart, a lot of stress, a lot of, just the lifestyle that, a lot of people heart issue, the type of, as we mentioned, we're hoping to do what the benefits are. I can specifically talk about what the opportunities are. So we do have 3 different levels. Probably I don't want to say the most popular, but the level that I think has the most benefits and would make the most sense is our $5,000 level. That does provides tickets, obviously, to the celebration event, but it also gives recognition through our Heart Ball event. I did want to mention that this is supports kind of our Heart Ball, but it does not include benefits at the actual Heart Ball. This is Hard Hats with Heart is its own kind of event that you would get tickets to that celebration part. You would get recognition at our Heart Ball, which we're hoping should be in February 2022. But the most important part is getting these CPR kits out to your employees, and the opportunity for us to, depending on your level of comfort and locality, and do it. We can train your trainers so that they can go out onto job sites to help everyone. So that's, really everything in a quick nutshell. We do have some opportunities as well to provide kits to other areas, to other organizations, YWCAs, homeless shelters, those types of places. There are some opportunities for that as well, if that's something that you're interested in supporting at a higher level. That's really everything in a quick nutshell. I'm definitely open to questions and hearing your thoughts and talking through it a little bit more. So I'm going to open it up to everybody.
Okay, so you train somebody to be a trainer, and then we, buy the mannequins to do it on site, or what?
So with part of the sponsorship, we provide the mannequins for you.
Okay,
You'll have, and they're reusable, so they last a couple of years. So you would get the mannequins with that, depending on the level of support.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Shelly, do you want to talk about HB McClure? Because I know you all are supporting this already, and maybe some feedback you've gotten.
Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, good. Sometimes it's a little crazy. Yeah, I mean, Heart, I am a huge fan of raising awareness for heart pacemaker. I got it when I was 50, so 6 years ago. And heart disease, definitely runs in my family. And I've been in the industry 22 years now, and I think this is a fantastic opportunity to raise awareness. And like Greg said, I can't imagine anything more terrible than living with the fact that you didn't know what to do to help your loved one or someone else that's right beside you. And so I think the hands only, helps, like you said, Marcia, take the fear away. We're doing the $5,000 level. And our safety director, of course, we, have people trained in OSHA 10 and OSHA 30 and things like that. But he said he would love to see us have everyone in our company trained on the hands only CPR. So, we're definitely behind this, and I haven't had much of a chance to share it beyond my immediate circle yet, other than reaching out to some folks to try to bring them on board. But it's a great initiative, and I'm super excited to be behind it. Thank you for bringing it up, Greg.
Absolutely. And, we're obviously a supporter. And one of the goals for Quandl Enterprise and all of our companies, we have approximately 230 employees. I'm going to set a goal for our organization to have all of our employees trained, office, field, etc. But not just our employees, their families, their mom and dads, and their own siblings, and any of their children. So I'm hoping to get at least 1,000 people trained personally just through our organization and their immediate families to raise awareness.
That's awesome. That's what Nick, no, go ahead. Sorry,
Shelley. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Nick, our safety director here for HB McClure, and I talked about it, and we would love to have that everybody at HB McClure. So I think we're like around 400 here, but we have 1,800 across all the divisions. So I would love to share this initiative with the other divisions.
Very nice. I got an email question here. We're a Pittsburgh-based contractor. Are there programs like this in the western part of the state, or do we go through you if we want to train our people? How does this work for us?
That's a great question. With the way that Hard Hats is working, for right now, with Greg kind of spearheading all of this, it would go through us here locally. As far as actual, if you want someone in person to come in and train your trainers, we can definitely talk about that and what that could look like. But as far as reaching out and support, right now it would come through Greg's kind of spearheading. We're kind of almost calling it a vendor campaign. That's internal speak for how we're able to work with our different offices across Pennsylvania right now, and like I said, and beyond. So short answer, it would come through us, and we can figure that all out. This program, I will tell you, does not happen at every chapter of the American Heart Association. From my understanding, right now, Baltimore has had a strong presence with this, and I don't know of very many others in the immediate vicinity that have done this. So we're really excited to be able to try and do it here, and to definitely be able to do it here. So that was a long answer, but yes, we definitely can help you here locally.
Very helpful, thank you. Yeah. Prior to moving here 5 years ago, I worked in Pittsburgh, and the association I worked for out there started the Hard Hats with Hearts. But it's a construction industry walk in the fall, and they do like a mile-long walk, and that's what they call it. And 2 different programs, completely same name. So
yes, yeah, and I think what's great about this is it can be adapted to whatever is really important for those that are helping us to lead it. I know in Baltimore, a presence in front of their vendors was an important part. So they did more of had a lot of their vendors sponsoring and coming out and having tables and being almost like a showcase expo type event. I think here, at least for this year, we're really, really focusing on the hands-only CPR and the training side of it. So the great thing is it's very adaptable, but that's definitely our focus here locally right now.
Awesome. Yeah. And since we mentioned other places, other locations, if there's any sort of lessons learned that you can share along the way, and something that we should be doing or trying, or either us, the association, or the construction companies themselves, any sort of advice, to make sure this program launches successfully, feel free to share.
Yeah, and I did, I've talked to our Baltimore executive director, and it's really the support of all of you here on the phone. I could call every construction business, I could call all of your contractors. They probably would not return my phone calls. They would not return my emails. It's the support of everybody here taking the time. Obviously, it was important for you to hop on the phone today to learn more about it. But we are looking for a couple of core people. Shelley is one of those, to help us on this almost executive committee, where we're asking people to outreach to those that they know as well. So HB McClure is already supporting. Shelley's been helping us connect with some others to help to help spread the word and get some more support as well. So we always definitely, that's the best way for us to be able to work with everything. It's peer to peer. I could present on this all day, every day, but Greg could make a phone call and that person's going to pick up and listen to him versus us. So that's definitely a key point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any
Other questions?
You-
Thoughts?
I am going to post this video and get it out there on social media. So those that missed it, will be able to watch it. And as Marcia mentioned, Greg's helping out, Shelly's helping out. I'm trying to do my small part as well too. So feel free to reach out to one of us. Marcia's contact info is on the screen now. You see her email and phone number. So, pass the word, help us get this launched, and let's get our job sites to be 100% CPR certified, CPR trained.
Excellent, John. Thank you very much, Marcia, Shelley. Thank you. Proud to be part of this organization, and thank you everybody that took a good hour out of your afternoon here, and please spread the word.
Absolutely. I think we just need to really get it out there, and I have other folks that I want to make personal phone calls to make the ask to participate. So I'll continue to work on that.
Thank you, Shelley.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
Take care, everyone.